Hi guys, today I'm going to cook the carrot curry and I have the ingredients here. This is 1 kg of fresh yogurt. Ingredients, what I'm going to use it, I will use is 2 tomatoes, which is of quite a good flesh. You need to peel it, so better use 2 or 3, whatever, it depends on what kind of tomatoes you have. Don't have too many, but 2 or 3 will be sufficient depending upon the size. Then you have the main ingredient, which today I'm going to use this lady's finger, which is a tender one, so you can see that it's break easily. So I have something like a 20-25 numbers of lady's finger, which is washed and dried. So this is the main ingredient today. I'm going to use it for this curry. The other ingredients are a piece of ginger, which is this, and 3 cloves of garlic, which I have here. You can use less or more depending upon your liking. And here I have the small onions, which I'm going to use it in between. So you have something like a 5 cloves of small onion. Then you have medium-sized red onion, which is of 2 numbers. You can use this big one. Then I have here 5 green chili. You can see here the green chili, which is 5 in numbers. This again up to you. I mean, you could use without this, or less numbers depending upon how spicy you wanted that dish to be. And then you have the curry leaves, which I have 3 of them. You can see here. This is again washed and dried. So this is I'm going to use it for the curry. And you need to have some oil, which in this case I'm going to use this canola oil, which is quite a good oil. You could very much use any vegetable oil for that matter. I mean, sunflower or something of similar branch, but I'm going to use this one because it's less in cholesterol and it is quite a tasteless or without smell. And I have this extra virgin olive oil, which I splash a little bit, probably to get an added flavor, but not necessarily. If I don't have olive oil, then I don't use it. So it's not a must, and I just do a little bit of that when I want it. And then I have coriander leaves, which is washed and then kept it just like that. So you need a bunch of, depending upon again your interest. Some people don't like this, but if you add this at the end of the preparation, it will give you an added flavor. So you have to have this coriander leaves. And you need something extra here, which is basically cumin seeds. Maybe a half a tablespoon of cumin seeds what you require. Then you need mustard seeds. Of course you need turmeric, which is very good, and I use this brand, which is Al Amir or something, which is very good in quality. You can see the color itself, it's very good color, and it will give you very nice texture to a curry when you have this, and it tastes very nice. You need a little bit of Fenugreek powder, a pinch of it, to give you an extra flavor. Then you need to have salt. Any iodized or even normal tea salt will do the job. Even you can use sea salt. I mean, I have sea salt here, or you can use iodized powdered salt. So whichever is available, you can use. Okay, so I have pretty much all the ingredients which I showed. Okay, so I'm all set. I'm going to put the whole thing back into my shelf, and I'll pick it up when I want it. So all what I have here is this dish. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I will just make this tomato puree. For that, what I'm going to do is, I hope you can see what I'm going to do here. I use this knife. It's a very good one. If you, I have some, yeah, I use this knife for everything. So you need only one knife if it is a properly made one. It's a steel one piece knife, you know, it's a kitchen knife. So this is the only one which is required for all the purpose. So what I'm going to do is that I'll cut this tomato. Not cut, actually I will give slits. So I'll just slit the top. Here you can see I split it in 4, and then I put it in this glass tumbler. So I'm going to cut this a little bit. And okay, you may require only this too, but unfortunately I have one more here and I cannot leave it here because then at the end it is going to be wasted. So what I'm going to do is I will add this along with this. Okay, now this goes into the microwave for 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm going to put it here. So let it be ready, and in the meantime I'm going to cut this lady's finger. So okay, so I cut this both the side of this lady's finger. I just remove that one. So I have here each of them dressed, both the sides I cut, and then I have this it's ready. So now I can just cut it into 2 or 3 depending upon the size of it. So I just cut it into small cubes like this. It's hardly 1 inch in size, even less than that. So I just cut it into small pieces. And because most of them are of almost of the same size, now what I can do is I just put together and then cut it into half. So all of them will be, I can make it faster. So you can see here, I just put all this together just like that, together, and then cut it into, for example, 3. So it's over. So I got, you can see here, these are all cut into pieces, small 1 inch cubes kind of stuff. See this size is enough. Okay, now my tomato is there, ready. So you can see here, see it's almost like split into, this tomato is already split and the skin is coming out. So this I will be using it for making the puree later on. So I will keep it aside here. And now what is going to happen is that this also goes into microwave for 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm going to put it for 3 minutes. So I kept that one for 3 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to cut this different ingredients and keep it ready so that I can use it together. So I have this plate over here. So I'm going to cut this ginger. What I'll do is I'll make it as a kind of glue, so it's easy to cut. Since I got this small slices, you can see here, these are all small size slices, so it's easy for us to cut it into small julienne type of strips. So I just put together the whole thing together and then cut it into small julienne strips. You can see here, now these are all coming out like small strips. So I'm going to keep this here. Look here, these are small strips. And I'm going to do the same thing with the garlic also. We have three garlic. So this is an easy trick. You can just peel off the skin easily. So you got this, and here you can see here it's already been easy to peel off that one. This is another clove, and there is one more here. It's over there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this also very small strip, so I just cut it into half. So I got a strong base to cut, so this is the way I do, and then cut it into small stripes. And you can see here, this also I cut into small chili onion. Okay, so here is the next item. So this also goes into it. So you can see that this is I cut garlic also into small strips rather. So that's there, and now I have this big onion. Okay, so you get 2 of this big red onion, so I'm going to cut it into small stripes. Yeah. so I have this onion, the big onion, which I cut it into small stripes. That's okay. This goes here. Okay, so next is my green chilies. So what I'm going to do is I'll cut this base. Okay, so and then I split this into, just in the bottom side, I split this into two. So just cut it into two, and you can see here, I just split that to base. So I have 5 of them. Here it's ready. Okay, so that's there. Now what I need to do is that I have to just prepare this small, this is a little tricky thing, and I love this onion, but it is very, it's not easy to do this. So I'm going to okay, so I'm going to prepare this small onions again. And there are 5 pieces, so I have to take this one ready. This is the only time consuming part of it, this small onion preparation. Okay, so I have my Bhendi is already ready, that's why it's giving, the microwave is giving all the kind of noises. That's it. I have 5, 6 small onions are already been ready. I just peeled off. Let me wash this one first. Here it comes. So I'm going to cut in small slices. It's always better let it be very, very thin slices. It could be either horizontally or vertically, whichever way it is. But make sure that it is small slices, because we are not going to cook this one. It will be used only at the end of it, so probably there is not much heat to cook it, and we don't want this to be cooked because this will give you a crunchy flavor. So I'm going to cut in small pieces. Here goes. So this is over. I'm going to just keep it in a small chamber of this one. But this is going to be used at the end. You can see this is a very small slice. So I'm going to keep this here. And now I have these curry leaves. Anyway, this I can utilize only at the end, so I'm just going to keep this here separately. Now you can see here what I have And what I got is the tomato, which is already been microwaved for 3 minutes, so it's already in a smart state. Now I have to just make it as a puree. So what I do is that I use this whisk just to smash it. So the whole idea of this is just to remove the skin and then make a nice puree out of it. What I'm going to use is one of this, and what I'm going to do is I'll just pour this into the sieve, bit of it. Now what I'm going to do is I'll just extract the puree out of it by just stirring it well. You can see here, just do that a little bit. So all the seeds and the skin will be taken out, and you end up having fresh tomato puree. See, now you can see this is a was. So I'm going to throw this out. And I'm going to do the rest of this. So this was a very fleshy kind of tomato, so there is enough puree there. Okay, so I'm through with it. We'll throw this out. So now you can see here, it's pure fresh tomato puree and a nice color as well as nice texture. It is very nice. So I'm going to pour it in the same. Okay, so we got tomato puree ready. Okay, now I can start cooking because everything is here ready. So it's a matter of just cooking it now. It's a very simple process, and before that I'll show you something more because I have to put my yogurt also. So this is very easy. I mean, I like this packing because you don't need a separate, because I have little few vessels I have, so it's not easy every time I can find something to use it. This is ready, so I'm going to take out the lady's finger first. See, you can see here this because I microwaved this for 3 minutes, so it is already cooked or nearly cooked. So you can see that shape is slightly small, and it is dried up a little bit. So this is right, because we are going to salt this again along with the oil and other stuff. So this is in the right consistency. I mean, it should not be dried up too much, but at the same time it is not raw, so it is a little bit of like middle. So this is the right consistency, and you keep it aside because we are going to use it later. So I'm going to keep it here. So I have tomato puree ready, the lady's finger, and now I have this. So it's very easy to open it because there's a small slight lid here. See this? Take out this, and you are. See this? Got it. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to beat this so that I will be getting a fine, smooth curd. So the advantage of having this particular box is that you don't need another vessel. So you could very much do with this thing. And in case if you wanted to keep a balanced curry or something, if you have leftover, then you don't need another vessel, because you can utilize the same packing for keeping that balance in the fridge. So it's very silky, very nice, smooth. It looks so good. See the consistency? So nice. So it's very, very smooth. You can see here. Always use a spatula or one of these. It's very handy. I mean, every kitchen should have one. It's very, very useful. So don't put it in any way. Never ever put this in mixie and then do anything with that, because then it breaks. So you're going to lose this smooth, silky consistency. So never do that. You can utilize a small spoon or a spatula and then do that properly. So I'm through with it. I have all the ingredients ready here. You can see here. I'm going to use this to cook. Usually, I mean, you could use any other vessel, but don't ever use any aluminium or anything, because that will be, you cannot control the heat. So basically, you could use any either Teflon coated some kind of vessel, or a steel one. And then this is not something which you should use. You can utilize something which is of a round bottom. So that will give you an idea how much oil you pour and the other stuff. So what I'm going to do is, let's see. Okay, I think what you need to see, if you have a vessel like this, a steel one, I mean, it's really an asset because it lasts forever. I mean, it's a one-time investment, in fact. And then it's very easy to wash, and you could also serve the food in this itself. So I have few of them, I think 4 or something like that, of different size. So basically, I mean, I could, if I have few friends come, then I make use of all those 4. So for rice, for some 2 or 3 curries, and that's enough for, you know, like, and then I don't need another serving plate or something. You know, I can take this, and it looks really nice on the table because if it's clean properly. So you can take this straight away and then, you know, serve it in that, and then people can come and take it if it's a kind of buffet or something like that. So it's much easier to do this. So I'm just waiting for that to heat it up. In the meantime, I didn't have oil today, so I just went and poured the oil. So here it. Okay. I'm just going, pan is quite hot, so I'm just going to add a little bit of oil. I don't know how much it is, but it's maybe 2 tablespoons of oil. As I said, I will just add a little bit of olive oil into it. I mean, you know, just to get that extra flavor. Not necessary. You can, you know, mustard seeds. It's always better, you know, it should not be that hot when you put the mustard seed, because what happens is that, you know, if it is of the medium heat and then you put mustard seed, and it will take a couple of seconds or maybe a minute to have this mustard seed start cracking. In fact, you should do that on a slow process, because when it starts cracking, basically what happens is that it is actually releasing those mustard oil, and then it blends with the oil what we put, and it will give you that extra flavor. So don't put when it is too hot, reduce that, and if you feel that, then you reduce the heat, because it should happen slowly, and all the mustard seeds will crack and then release the oil into that whatever existing oil, so the whole thing gets a flavor. So this is one very basic rule one has to follow. Now I'm going to do this, a little bit of cumin seed, again a half a tablespoon, this much of is enough. So I'm going to put that one, so that goes inside. Okay, so what I do is I'll put my garlic. You can see here the garlic goes inside, and then the ginger, which is here, the ginger which goes. Finished with the ginger, so that goes inside. And also I put this 4 or 5 split chilies, which again goes into that. Let's give it this. Actually, what we have to look at is that the heat should not be that much, so that otherwise it will burn. So if you feel that the heat is more, just reduce the flame and make it a consistent one. And then normally what I do is that I'll just put, say, 2 of this curry leaves straight into this. I have this turmeric, so I put turmeric into it. Again, maybe I put maybe 1 teaspoon or maybe more. I mean, it all depends. I mean, you could make it a little more color. I don't know. So it gives you very nice white color. So now I put the turmeric into it, and I'm going to add this red onions, which is sliced thin. So I'm going to add this. And before adding this, you add a little bit of while the oil is hot. So I'm going to just put a pinch of it, not much. A pinch of Fenugreek powder. Inside. So now our onion is going to be okay. I'm going to increase the heat. Salt this onion, still it gives us consistency, I mean, in terms of cooked. At this point you can add salt into it because it will make this cook very fast. So if you put salt into it, you can add a little more salt rather than usually what we put it in this, because curd is anyway sour, so it needs a little more salt. So it's okay if you put a little extra salt into it. What happens is that the moment you put the salt, the onion start oozing the water, and it immediately gets cooked. So whenever you salt onion, if you unless and until you make it for sweet dishes or something, put some salt into it, and you actually speeding the cooking process. So now you can see here it's actually cooked already, because the moment I put the salt into it, it's become very nice. You can see that's the consistency. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add this already pre-cooked lady's finger into it, and then again mix it well. You can see here, it's the oil, and the whole masala, the ginger, garlic, and everything gets mixed along with the salt into this lady's finger, and just let it cook for a couple of minutes. So let it cook. It won't take more than a couple of minutes because it's already been cooked. And if you cooked for maybe a couple of minutes more in the microwave, so actually you're saving that much of time here. So you don't need too much of time here. Okay, so while it is still on flame, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this tomato puree into it. And give a stir. Okay, so it's getting cooked. Even this lady's finger will get all those juice, the tomato juice goes inside, and then it will give a very good flavor. So you can see here it's getting a paste kind of stuff, very thick gravy kind of stuff. In fact, you can have this as it is for chapati or something. If you have, I think this is itself is become a very good dish. So, but we are going to do something more to it. That's why. So you can leave it for a few minutes if you want, but it's already cooked. So I normally don't require more time than this. But on the safe side, you know, rather than if anybody who's going to try and then if it's undercooked, so it is always better. Even this lady's finger, if it get a little more cooking, and nothing is going to happen. The only thing is that probably you may lose the shape of this pieces, because once it is well cooked, it may start losing that shape. It must split open, or there's a chance of losing that texture. So that's the only problem, but nothing will happen seriously. So it's getting cooked. Now, what I'm going to do is that at this stage I have one more curry leaves left. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just add this into it. And also I have a portion of it. I'm not going to take all of this, but just a pinch of it, or maybe a little bit of this small onion. I'm just going to put it in that, and then I'm going to keep this aside. And our dish is almost there. I mean, it's ready, so it doesn't require more time than this. Okay, now the important part of at this stage is to reduce this flame to the low. So I'm going to put in the very minimum. Just keep on stirring for a couple of minutes, because it is very hot, because it was on high flame so far. So I lowered that to the simmering point. So if you allow that to be in that level for 1 or 2 minutes, so basically the dish, the temperature of this one is going to come down, because I don't want to pour this curd into very hot mixture, because there is a likely chance that it may get separated. So this is quite the right consistency. Now since the heat is a little less, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pour this curd, which has already been stirred very well, and so you can see it's a silky smooth consistency what it got. So I'm going to pour this into it. While it goes inside, what you need to do is that you can see that it is very silky smooth, and at the same time stir it continuously to disperse that heat. So this is also very important. So when as you pour the whole mixture, you keep on stirring it so that you don't have that issue of overheating or anything of that sort. So you basically keep on stirring, and so you can see here there is hardly anything left since I already did that well. See here, last. That's it. See, it's finished. Now, if you could very much keep that here, because you can use that one. And I'm going to stir it. See the consistency what it got. Now it is on a simmering point, so very low heat. At this stage what I'm going to do is I'll just cut this sleeve into, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll just cut the sleeves. In between, you just make sure that you stir it thoroughly. So never allow this to boil. Just should be just. Okay, so now I have all this ready there, and also I make sure that it is still. As I said, the important thing is that I never allow this to boil. So before that, you have to just take it out or switch off the flame, and then keep stirring so that it's perfect now. So I'm going to switch off this because it's got fire. So what I'm going to do is that still it is a little bit hot, so I'm going to add this extra into it. So that's done, and just stir it. See, I added those extra onion into it only after finishing switching off that. So now I added this extra coriander leaves into it. I mean, finely chopped. Okay, so I'm finished here. My dish is ready. I'll show you. So now I can serve this straight away because it's already been, into it. You can see here the dish is ready, and I'm just going to stir it once more. Just to give. So now all what I need is a plate of steamed rice, and this is so nice. Look at that. So if you have a plate of steamed rice, then it will be like so delight. Okay, so you can serve it in any dish. It is so tasty. Let me know how it comes out.